Hey fans, today I'm talking about how to get started, tips for new UX OS X users. So I'll give you a few tips how to get started when you buy your first Mac, or this is your second Mac, or third or fourth Mac. How to get started, and let's get started. And let's show you how to get started. So when you this is default, the this basically the dock. Um, it's gonna be all the applications. So if you want to customize and change your dock and all the good things, it's very easy to change your dock and right. So here's system preferences. Hit your dock. So it basically shows you, size and magnification, position on the screen, left, bottom, or right. Minimize Windows users. Um, I don't really use the magnification. It just bother me. But this size of the dock, this size right here, is pretty good standard size for me personally. But for everybody, it's different size and different preference, small or large. So that's one tip. Um, for when you starting um, mouse. So adjusting your track speed. So on your mouse, sometimes your mouse is too small, or too slow, or sluggish. If you want something more responsive in your mouse, it's very easy to get started. So, like I said, system preferences, hit mouse, and basically tells you actually four different options: scroll directing natural, or track speed, scroll speed, double click speed, or left and right. Right. So that's how you track speed, scroll speed. So if you want to fast, it's fast. If you want medium, like I was, medium. I like this kind of speed, so I leave it that. Track speed. Track speed is if you want to use your track speed on your trackpad, right? So if you want to double click, right? So on your trackpad, for double click speed, I just leave it as that. So right, mission control. So you can do So I'll show you how to use mission control. Right, mission control is different kind of options. So when you hit hot corners, so it shows you put this display in sleep, put disable screensaver, start saver, launchpad, notifications, applications, mission control, desktop, right? So you have a lot of different options on the four different corners, right? So and they have and hit OK, of course. Mission control has different symbols that you can enable mission control. I don't use mission control personally, but some people do use mission control, and you know what? Mission control is great. So for me, I don't use it, but some people do use it, and I like mission control um, whole. So I like mission control. I like what they did with mission control over the years. Really good. So let's get let's moving on. Um, Next, I will talk about um, general. Right, general is change your settings, your appearance, highlight colors, scribe bar icons, size, scroll bar, default web browser. I use Safari. Safari is great. Some people use different browser, but my personally is Safari. It's great. Recent 10 items. Use LCD font smooth when available. Um, so, so that's really good. Um, Security. Security is a very important to Mac users, especially when you're downloading items, music, documents, pictures, any kind of stuff. Security needs to be secure. I highly recommend buying an antivirus for your Mac. It's very important because when you download something, the antivirus checks the file and makes sure it's safe to download. So, right, so a lot of people download music, pictures, documents, right? So all that kind of stuff. So um, you need security for your Mac. Make sure it's up to date. Make sure definition's up to date. Make sure it's all that good stuff. Desktop and screensaver. So basically, this is all my pictures I have downloaded and saved on my Mac. So every year I will have a few hundred wallpapers, and every second day or every third day I change them, and you see it here. Screensaver. We're going to focus on screensaver. Screensaver. This is my screensaver. They have different kinds of options so you can choose for screensaver. Screensaver doesn't burn out your screen on your if you're using a desktop or a laptop or a Mac laptop or a desktop for the Mac. So for both options, it doesn't burn out your screen. I highly recommend using screensaver. It's very important because the screen can burn out and very expensive to replace. What else we talk about? Do not change. Do not change sharing. Leave sharing alone. Right? Because you can ask for trouble for sharing. So just leave sharing alone. Spotlight. Spotlight is basically helps you quick find things on your computer. So Spotlight, they really improved Spotlight over the years. Spotlight is a really powerful search engine for your Mac. It's great. Looks like your application, Bing web search, bookmarks, calculator, contacts, conversations, definitions, documents, even reminders, folders, fonts, image, mail message, movies, etc., etc., etc. I highly recommend use Spotlight. Spotlight is great, and it's just a great tool to use. Another thing, if you're looking for a music player, iTunes is great. Over the years, iTunes evolved huge in music-wise. When you go to music store on the iTunes store, or it's just great. They did a lot of changes behind the background, more responsive. It's great, easy navigation. I use iTunes for years since I have the Mac. My first Mac back in 2009, I use iTunes. It's just great, and you know what? I highly recommend use iTunes. So that's it, guys, and bye bye.